to yet another episode of In Hindsight. This is gonna be our first game against the Lion Guard, and I will be playing Terra. So again, I heard the sounds level should be fixed, so we're just gonna keep moving forward with how it is right now. Again and again and again, thank you so much for the feedback. Go and tell your friends, tell your Smite friends, tell everyone about this series so we really can get the word out there, try and create some attention around this series. So today we're playing Terra. I'm starting with Watcher's Gift, and as you guys can see, I am getting 4 health pot, 1 mana pot and meditation. And again, real fast, I actually kind of forgot this. So let's go ahead and pause the game for 1 second as we quickly fix this right here. I'm sorry that I have to do this like that. Solo laners bottom, then mid laners, junglers, mid laner, bum, bum. There we go. Now it should be fine. Alright, don't know why this is here anyway. Okay, so we're playing as Terra and Chiron against Fafnir Ulla. This isn't a lane we should win. Ulla has a lot of a better level 1 than Chiron has, and Terra isn't too amazing. So I'm actually gonna miss the stun, but I'm not gonna explode it here just to get the slow effect out on the Fafnir. Although I could have probably exploded it a bit before. So again, this is gonna be the 7th episode now, of In Hindsight, and I hope you guys will enjoy this. So as we go through the lane right here, I'm really just trying to block Fafnir's hammer. It does go off anyway, so what I'm gonna look for here is to stun Fafnir with the minions, what I end up doing as well. Luck kinda misses his X right there, which could have been really bad for me. So right now I'm just kinda punching Fafnir a bit in the head, but nothing really happened. So we just need to be pretty careful right here. That level 2 is a lot strong. So I'm gonna poke Uller. Sadly we have like no follow-up, and I'm actually gonna end up getting stunned. But the diminishing return is gonna make sure I stay pretty healthy. Just pop a health pot, stay safe here. So now they don't have any real kill potential, so I'm gonna punch the minions a couple times, and then I know they can hit level 2, so they need to run. We're gonna hit level 2 as well. So I'm actually gonna end up going with my 3 here. Just trying to block them off a bit, poke Fafnir a bit, and Fafnir actually gets really poked. So we know they're on a red buff right now, as you guys can see right here. It gets called out, we know they're on it, so we're not gonna try and contest it. We kind of hear them at purple as well, so we know they're at purple. Yet we're still gonna play up a bit here, making sure nothing really happens. And then they come and gank right here, so I'm gonna put down my pillar here so I can't get knocked up by the Vulcan thingy. But it doesn't end up knocking me up, and then after I actually get first blood on Fressy, as it took way too much minion damage. So that's pretty well played to survive the gank right there. They lose a lot, they're gonna lose a whole mid wave. Another wave is gonna go into tower right after this here. So not really a good trade for us, for them, as they also lose the red buff. So we're doing pretty good now. Fressy's a bit behind, we can go and push, regain some other pressure here. Gonna play a bit up on Ulla. We know they took the purple buff right there, because we saw Ulla with it. So that's one thing. So we're just gonna go ahead and secure the oracles, the Orioles real fast. So not much happening right now, we're just kinda running around, having a good time. Right here we're kinda looking through our buffs. I'm gonna call it to do the back camps. Now the thought about this right here was that if we do back camps and Flurry's gonna push in the wave, we're not gonna lose anything and only gain a back camp, or mid jungle can go and farm the other back camp if they want, but Ulla actually back to base Flurry, so there's not too much we could do right there, but we're actually only gonna end up missing 1 minion, whereas Flurry is gonna miss 3 minions, so it works out really well for us, because we get a bit lucky anyway. So as you guys can see right here, I have a pretty good back right now, as we talked about. Around this 1200 gold is where you wanna back, where you can afford full boost and get the 2 wards you want early game. Again, the wards doesn't really matter too much for the first back. So just gonna go ahead and back right here. Gonna grab my tank boots, and I'm gonna grab my 2 wards. And again, I want to talk to you guys a bit about the tank boots. I've been quite fond of them recently. It's really good against the Fafnir stun, because you get the crowd control reduction against that. I know it doesn't proc on Hunbats, but it procs the passive on the Hunbats quite a bit, so I get my 18 protections up from the reinforced cleave. So it's actually kind of a bad-good relationship. So right here in mid, I kind of called for them to hold the mid wave, so we could hit level 5 and have a possible invade on that speed buff, but because we don't hold that, we're just gonna go ahead and go for our own speed buff. Call out, guys. I'm level 5. You guys should call for the Terra ult if you guys want to. So right here, I'm just gonna go back mid. Usually, you just want to try and 2-man split everything. So if I can split the mid wave, then I can probably get a pretty good split over there. So we got a really decent poke in mid of a pretty good wall. Not too much just to talk about here. So I'm gonna try and zone out the Vulcan a bit. The more you can kinda waste the enemy's time, the better it is for you, because the more time they spend doing nothing, obviously that's way better for you. Like right here, they didn't have too much to do anyway, but he's gonna lose some pressure now because he can't go too far mid. So we have a pretty big advantage because Fresi's not all 5 right now, so we could actually look for a fight. And I believe we're gonna force the invade on the red buff here as well. Force out the Fafnir jump. So I'm gonna ward up here to the left in a second, I think you'll see me. So that's a really good ward I placed right there when you wanna go for invades. So we know that Fafnir hammer is done right now, so they don't have a lot of CC, so we can just pretty much get the buff for free right here. Just gonna place my 2 up, secure it with my 2. Now, I actually don't want to pick up the red buff, but since no one else can really get to that red, I'm just gonna pick it up here, and we're gonna try and just let Fafnir jump out there, making sure we get that. And again, we get the annoying invites, rip headphone users, in the middle of the game. So I'm just gonna swing back over towards Zero. Nate calls out, okay, EmilZy, I'm pushing the wave, just go for the purple buff. Instead, I'm gonna up and go up here, and we're actually gonna look to get a pretty good fight. Preemptively Terra ult there, as you see the hand badge blink in. Take the Vulcan ult, but it doesn't really matter. Use my 2 there to get the double stun. And again, Prime just warming up on that top here. And right here, you guys can see that how Hanbats jumps out. I'm calling, okay guys, I got the Hanbats, you guys can do whatever you do. And my team trusts me here that I have the Hanbats, so I'm just gonna end up picking him up. So you can pretty much get a free gold free of this. Pretty poor use of my 2 right there, but it works out anyway. Use the med, make sure we stay healthy so we can pick up the gold fury. So not much happening, pretty good fight. You guys saw how the preemptive Terra ult did quite a bit. If the Humbatch jumps in like that, we can also just turn on him. So no matter what, the Terra ult's gonna be good because we can just go on the Humbatch there. Make sure we get the cooldown reduction of all our big ults as well. Just make sure we stay really healthy as well with the passive that comes out, and the 0 mana as well. Just works out really well, so we can go ahead and secure the gold tree after that as well. And second thing right there is that, as I said to my team, okay guys, I got this kill. No need for you guys to chase it. Just go and start up the gold. And if everyone would have like chasing that, we would have seen the gold fury be like 2 or 3 seconds slower, which could have forced in a little rotation or something, and it would have been pretty grim for us. So I'm gonna back here, quite an awkward back right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my Vanguard again. Vanguard, one of the best items in the game against Fafnir as well in his old form, but specifically the Hanbats. It's like a really big counter. So I'm gonna go ahead and again start up my Gauntlet of Thebes. As we talked about, when you're a bit ahead, you can go for the Gauntlet of Thebes. So right here they actually try and invade. As you guys can see, my ult is down for 17 seconds. So I'm trying to call for a wait here, but I'm just gonna dash in right here, kind of zone. Use the 2 there, pretty poor use of that, and they're actually gonna end up dying. So as you can see right here, I'm actually just kind of wanting to fight them, get a really good top ult. Prime says, okay, my top ult connected, they're really low. So we're gonna go ahead and chase this down a bit. So I'm just waiting right here, waiting with clapping my hands with my ult. So I'm going really far up. First he's gonna hit me over the wall, but it's gonna end up getting him killed. That he turned its attention down, we're gonna kill him. Then go for the Bellona. Sadly I missed my 2 here, I definitely should have exploded that a lot earlier, or not exploded it at all, so I could have gotten my slows off. Bellona's really chunking, but I'm calling out, okay guys, I have med in a second here, so I'm gonna use the med right here, just to scare the Hanbats off a bit. And go for the Hanbats, he jumps out. Just barely gets out, as you guys can see, really low there to the Cyrus. So Vulcan gets pretty low. Considering diving here, we're just saying, okay, let's just chill for now. Pretty good. So is there anything we can pick up right here? We just gotta win. Can we force anything off it? And the blue buff is up, so we're just gonna go ahead and go for the blue buff. And this is what you wanna do when you have a lead. You wanna push it. So right here, I'm just gonna take the blue buff, knowing that our own blue buff is up, so we can give that to Maniac. So I'm just gonna go in here, push up the wave, help Maniac right here so we can make sure he can get his own blue. Just push up the wave a bit and go and secure Maniac's blue buff. So as you guys can see again, I have a pretty good back timing now. Can buy Gauntlet of Thebes level 2, although I haven't placed my wards, which is pretty bad. Instead of whole big fight over there. So it's not gonna be the best of backs. Maybe I should have considered placing a D ward here. But again, de-walling that side of the map when you have such a fat Cyrus isn't really gonna do too much anyway. So you guys can see Fez is actually opting for the no Vanguard, which I think is fine because he's so far behind. It's actually a pretty good item when you are behind Vanguard, but it doesn't really do too much against the team. There's the Terra free dot damage, and besides that there isn't really anything. Maybe the blue stone of the Chiron, but it's pretty detrimental. So he's just gonna try and rush the sovereignty here, give his team some sort of edge. But because we're so far ahead right here in the, how do you see that? Net worth, as you guys can see, we are 1k ahead of Mr. Frizzy. So we're gonna have it pretty much the same timing on our big team fighting items. Just secure the purple buff right here. Not too much to talk about. Follow around. I'm gonna ult here as I see Osiris gets ganked left pretty primitively. Minx actually gonna end up falling down. Barely doesn't make it out though. So right here I'm just gonna go actually initially trying to cover the wave. I see they kinda come in here. So I'm just gonna back up to the safety of a speed buff. So they're almost actually gonna steal the speed. What we do get is I think, okay, well we can go in, right? Because they just used all their ults. So we're actually gonna go ahead and play really up right here. Gonna wait with my stun right here. Don't want to initiate the fight with my stun really. But I'm actually gonna look for one. So as my ult is down right now, we're still gonna look for the Bologna. Gets pretty blown up. Get the one on him. Then the Terra one. And right here, this is really important. Get the early mid on Shanga and then get the double stun here to make sure Shanga can survive. Then we know we have a really big advantage right now as they're all really low. Sadly, Prime barely misses this right here. So this is really unfortunate right here. I'm gonna barely miss the Hunbat's back right here. As you guys can see, that's really close. Instead, we do know we can dive this Vulcan, who actually doesn't stay in tower, which I think is a mistake. Gonna wait for Prime's jump there and then to him. But Prime commits a bit too much of his one in there, and that would have been a kill, sadly. Not too much you can do about that, though. We barely get out again. You can see how Prime is really low right here to our left. And meanwhile, we actually had this fight. Maniac TP to the Gold Fury, and he did it with attraction. This is something they don't expect. So we take the objective on the one side and gain kills on the other side of the map. So that was really good split play coming out from us. As you guys can see right now, I have quite a bit of gold, so I just want to try and get back right now. Get a good back in here. That's gonna be the best of backs. Maybe I should have considered right here just staying. Maybe went to a red, went to the oracles, the Oreos, or the mid camp, try and secure that. As you guys can see, I have 400 gold left over, which is not too good. As if I would have like 200 more gold, I could have gotten sovereignty one, a hardward one, or whatever I wanted. Probably a sovereignty one this game. So yeah, Frizzy just got his sovereignty, we just got our feep, so we actually have a really big advantage right now. Also have a really huge level lead. You guys can see I'm 3 levels ahead of Frizzy right now. So right here our next objective is pretty much just to go in mid, see if we can look for anything. So I'm just kinda gonna play up, try and hit my stun set to kinda miss it. Just gonna keep it up for a bit, try and slow them up, but just explode it. No reason to let that go up for too long. Ult is up again, so I'm just gonna chill. Try and make sure we call from ult when we're gonna go in. So right here Shanga is gonna pull the buff, get the mid camp. Just keep controlling the neutral buff camps is what you wanna do if you can't really force a fight too much. Because you don't have too much, how would you say it? You don't have too much tower damage, right? You just wanna force the objectives, which are like the Gold Fury, Pearl Demon and Fire Giant. And besides the towers, you can also kinda call the neutral camps, like mid camps and portal, you could also kinda call those for objectives. So we're just gonna make sure right here that they can't really go over to left where they actually get a tower. So we get some pretty good poke on the Vulcan in mid. Just gonna punch the Fafnir here a bit, slow him down. Could've maybe went for the kill here. Instead we're gonna get some really good poke out on Vulcan. And Prime's actually still gonna hit the ult, really good ult for Prime. So I ult really late here for left. I had no idea that was happening going left. As I was really focused on the Vulcan in mid, so I'm gonna get a really late ult. So we're actually not gonna pick him up. But they ended up getting the Hunbats instead. Maybe they could have gotten a double kill there if the ult would have come up out a bit earlier. But it doesn't really matter anyway. So just get the tower here. Say, yo Prime, I'm gonna reset the tower to you, okay? So reset the tower to Prime, and then he instantly resets the tower to me. Nice job, Prime. Go left here, see if we can help Maniac out. I think he's barely gonna escape here. Yeah, he's gonna be fine. So we're just gonna go ahead, pull out the Portal Demon. As we know, we have a numbers advantage right here. So we're just gonna do it, try and do it right here. No Maniac can TP in. But then we see the Ultra on the ward, which is really important. So we know Ullr's here, meaning it is on the other side of the map, like, or Chiron can't get here, so we just reach the objective knowing they can't get it, but we can get it. But we can't get it either when the Ullr's there. So just gonna back right now, as you guys can see, get my D ward first and then buy the item. As I talked about so much already, like getting the D wards is just so important. So unless you have a really big power curve, like a full aura item or something, just go ahead, grab your D ward first and then buy your items. It's a really good habit of getting into it. Really helps you out in the long run. So right here I'm just kind of looking left, always when Maniac's slapping around like, be careful Joe, but he's just having the time of his life. So we're gonna rotate the Chiron over, start up the portal demon. So this one you wanna do when the portal demon is up and the gold tree is down. Just rotate your ADC over. You can kind of just do it for free. You can see how we're getting great zones. Toph kind of zoning on the right. Osiris, Maniac just going ham on left. Ullr's not gonna split push the tower actually, which kind of was a mistake, I would say. But we're gonna see Vulcan really far right here, so I'm gonna go for him. Just punch him down a bit, force out the really early Bat's ult. This was really good fun. Just wait with my 2 here, and we're gonna get a great Toph ult, and then the Chang ult actually gonna hit 2, and the Chiron ult's gonna hit all the people. So we end up getting 3 kills right here, which actually absolutely absurd. So you can see how I use my 3 as a heal right here, just making sure everyone can get healed up a bit. And then we're actually gonna go and call for the Phoenix right here. My ult is up again, so I'm gonna say, okay guys, I'm gonna ult before this Phoenix, try and sort it out. As you guys can see, I'm not gonna pop my 2 right here, I wanna keep it up to cut off that escape path. Then right again, go for the root, get the Phoenix right now, call out, okay guys, I still have med, we can probably just get this. So now I'm just gonna back, not too much to do right here. I'm not gonna be of much help, helping my team getting the buffs anyway. I kinda wanted to make the portal, but I actually can't make that as it just went down. So yeah, gonna finish off my sovereignty, a bit of an awkward bag again, but it doesn't matter too much at this point. Maybe I actually should have gotten a D ward right here. I forgot to go to Sentry ward. I guess that's because I wanted to go straight to the gold fairy, so I just want to get out of base as soon as possible. So that's definitely a mistake right here, not getting the D ward. So we're just gonna go ahead, grab the oracles, make sure we get both, and then just start up the gold fairy right here. They can't really contest too much. As a weird firewall is pushing in mid. So as you guys can see, they're just zoning out. Pretty good zone. I'm just chilling on the gold fairy, tanking up while they're getting a good zone off. We're gonna end up getting the gold. So right now we have a pretty big lead again. Just put down the heal there, making sure if he got engaged on really hard, he would have gained some of that healing. We have a pretty good lead right now, so we want to be forcing down towers. You guys can actually have a really good lead. We have a 13k lead. So we just want to back out right now. Get the fire giant. So one thing that's really important, as we want to get the fire giant, we want to try and avoid split pushing, as that can be really awkward. So I'm actually gonna go up ahead and push up the right wave really hard right here to avoid Ullr split pushing. So as you can see, I'm kind of just pushing up the waves here. Gonna push this wave and then start backing, help out my team again. Excuse me as I drink some water. So now I'm gonna get magical defense here too, sell my ward right here, recognizing I can get a D ward if I sell my ward. Which I think is absolutely worth it. Of course it's not the best, but it's pretty much worth it if you do it like that. So I get my tier 2 magical defense, one of the best defense items right here at the tier 2 for the price. And I ult for left, I see they're going in really hard, so I'm just gonna go ahead, pop my ult. They're gonna get 1 kill, almost get the 2nd kill as well. I think this is where the badge jumps, blinks out. So I'm just gonna punch the air a bit right there. Don't know what I'm really looking for, just come up and help my team. So as you can see, it wasn't too bad for my team without having me in the fight, because they're so far ahead. So we're gonna hide around the corner, try and bait out the balloon ult, which he actually does ult. So we recognize, okay, we get Fafnir ult for some reason, we gain the Aegises of a lot of them. So we're just gonna chill now, just go ahead and get the tower, not too much to worry about. So now we're just gonna go straight to fire, realizing we can't really defend that. They just do a lot of ults and relics. So if they do try and defend that, indeed we have a really good fight on it. So we're just gonna go ahead right here. He tells me pick up the blue. I have a problem left. Joe, what are you thinking? Just start up the fire. They can't really contest this, as they don't have any ult at all to contest. But they have a Vulcan ult, but he couldn't get to here in time. Go ahead and pop up the 2, and then we're actually gonna look for the Vulcan right here. Knowing that Vulcan has nothing, we're just gonna pick him up for free pretty much. He's gonna use his Aegis, which is a big mistake. He won't have that now. So we can pretty much just look for him next fight. So So now knowing that we have a man advantage, we have 4 people with fire, it doesn't matter how much gold we have right now, because we can just go ahead and punch down this Phoenix, which you see us do as well. Just stun out the Ballona a bit there, making sure she can't go in too hard. Just constantly being up in their face right now, just punching while my team cleans up kills. Pretty much what you want to do. Get the blow up right there as well. Pretty good fight, and we're gonna go ahead and end the game. So that's a pretty snowbally game. Actually didn't do too much, just some good positioning, some good zoning, some really good Terra ults. A great first blood as well. So it's gonna actually be game 1 right here, the 7th episode of In Hindsight. I hope you guys enjoyed this one as well, but I do want to take a bit look of the post-match screen, as I always do. So 19-22, pretty short game, fairly well played by us, really well executed. So as you guys can see, we didn't actually do any damage at all, did out damage Tracy, hooray for that. Good wards, decent healing right here. You guys can see Changa actually did a lot of healing. So yeah, thank you so much for watching again. Not too much to talk about this game, as I kind of was just there looking at my team doing stuff, setting up my team as well. Next game, the Amaterasu game, which is gonna be next episode, coming up like around 24 hours after this episode, I guess. It's gonna be a lot more action-packed and me doing a lot more, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that. If you are, go and tell your friends, make sure to like the video and subscribe, and of course comment if you have anything you want me to go over or something. I will make sure to answer you. So goodbye for this time, bye.